Hey everyone, what's up? Okay, so today we're diving into something a little different, a little deeper than my usual coffee spill chronicles. We're going to be talking about avoidant personality disorder. I know, sounds kind of intense, right? But seriously, it's actually more common than you might think. And honestly, understanding this stuff, the signs and all, can be super helpful for anyone who might be struggling or knows someone who is. So, if you vibe with any of this, don't freak out, okay? Just remember, knowledge is power, and getting help is actually the coolest, bravest thing you can do. All right, so chapter 1, extreme shyness. And I'm not talking about, oh, hey, I'm kind of shy. I'm talking next level, hiding in the bathroom at a party shy. Imagine this. You're at a party, right? Everyone's talking, laughing, having a good time, and you're just frozen. Your heart's racing, palms are sweaty, and all you can think about is how everyone's judging you. Avoidant personality disorder can make social situations feel straight up terrifying. It's this intense fear of being judged, rejected, or just disliked. And it can be so overwhelming that people will go to great lengths to literally avoid any situation where they might have to interact with others. And I get it, sometimes parties are just not the vibe, But with this, it's different. It's there's this invisible force field keeping you from putting yourself out there. So if you're constantly bailing on plans, dodging phone calls, or just hiding from the world, it might be a sign that something deeper is going on. It's not about being antisocial, it's about being sensitive to all the social vibes. And trust me, I've been there. Okay, so chapter 2, sensitivity to criticism. Everyone hates being criticized, right? For people with avoidant personality disorder, it's a whole other level. Imagine someone makes a casual comment about your outfit. Suddenly, you're spiraling, thinking everyone's judging you. Criticism can feel like a full-blown personal attack. This super amplified sensitivity makes handling negative feedback almost impossible. Okay, so chapter 3, avoiding social interaction. And this one's kind of a no-brainer, right? I mean, it's in the name personality disorder. But seriously, this isn't just about being a homebody or preferring Netflix over a crowded bar. It's about this intense, almost debilitating fear of social situations. Imagine your dream job just opened up, but the interview is a panel situation with 10 people staring at you. Sounds fun, right? Not so much if you have avoidant personality disorder. This fear can be so powerful that it leads people to avoid everything. Work, school, parties, even just hanging out with friends. It's their world starts to shrink as they try to avoid anything that could potentially lead to rejection or judgment. And I know, sometimes we all need a break from people. But when this avoidance starts to affect your life in a major way, you're missing out on opportunities or isolating yourself from everyone, it's a sign that something's not quite right. Chapter 4, guys, feelings of inadequacy. This one's deep. We're talking about that constant inner critic that's you're not good enough, not smart enough, not interesting enough. And it's not just a fleeting thought, okay? It's this persistent feeling of not measuring up, of being inherently flawed. Imagine constantly comparing yourself to others and always falling short. People with avoidant personality disorder often have this super distorted self-image. They focus on their perceived flaws and shortcomings while downplaying their accomplishments and positive qualities. It's they have this mental filter that only lets in the negative stuff. This constant self-doubt can be totally paralyzing. It can make it hard to go after your goals, pursue relationships, or even just exist in the world without feeling totally inadequate. All right, chapter 5, reluctance to take risks. And no, I'm not talking about skydiving or investing in Bitcoin. I'm talking about the everyday risks that most people don't even think twice about. Imagine this. You want to ask someone out on a date. Sounds simple, right? But for someone with avoidant personality disorder, it can feel like a monumental task. The fear of rejection is so intense that it becomes a major roadblock. It prevents people from putting themselves out there, from taking chances, from really living their lives to the fullest. This reluctance to take risks can show up in all areas of life. From career choices to relationships to even just trying a new restaurant, it's this constant need to play it safe, to stay in their comfort zone, even if it means missing out on amazing experiences. Okay, chapter 6, difficulty in relationships. And this one's tough because everyone wants to feel loved and connected, right? But for people with avoidant personality disorder, forming and maintaining relationships can feel like mission impossible. Imagine craving closeness but being terrified of intimacy at the same time. It's this constant push and pull. They might desire deep connections, but the fear of rejection, judgment, or just like being hurt can be totally overwhelming. They might build walls around their hearts, making it difficult for others to truly get close. This fear of intimacy can manifest in different ways. They might avoid getting into relationships altogether, or they might sabotage their existing ones by being overly withdrawn, critical, or just plain difficult. Okay, final chapter, guys. Idealized fantasies. And who doesn't love a good daydream, right? But for people with avoidant personality disorder, these fantasies can become a way to escape from the anxieties of real life. Imagine creating these elaborate scenarios in your head where everything's perfect, where you're confident, successful, and surrounded by loving relationships. Sounds nice, right? The problem is, it's not real. These idealized fantasies can actually be a major obstacle to personal growth. Why? Because they provide a temporary escape from the discomfort of facing your fears in the real world. It's instead of taking steps to overcome their social anxiety and build real connections, people with this disorder might retreat further into their fantasies, perpetuating the cycle of avoidance. Okay, so that was a lot, I know. We covered a ton of ground today, from extreme shyness to those not so fun idealized fantasies. But listen, the important thing to remember is that you're not alone, okay? If any of these signs resonated with you, it's super important to reach out for help. Talk to a therapist, a counselor, or even a trusted friend or family member. There's no shame in getting support. In fact, it's the bravest thing you can do. And remember, you're awesome just the way you are. Okay, I'm gonna go drink some more coffee now. Bye.